Fantastic.
You good? You have your sustenance? You lick it good? Huh?
I'm good.
Take a good old slosh of your holiday eggnog. Have you ever had eggnog? I've never had eggnog. I don't think.
I've tried.
It looks like milk.
Okay, think of the only way I could describe it is imagine it, and this is not accurate.
Okay, good. That's always a good way to start it off.
Imagine if it had a hint of like black licorice.
But it tastes nothing like that, as you said.
No.
So it's the opposite
not
of black licorice.
Straight black licorice, but it has like
white licorice.
Has a weird hint.
White licorice. Twizzlers. It's milk with Twizzlers. That's what eggnog is?
Black Twizzlers.
Milk with black Twizzlers.
Because the
I don't think that's what eggnog is. I think it's just a raw egg cracked into milk. They swish it around or something. That's not true. I don't know what it is.
It could be.
I've never had it. I don't know. But 'tis the season.
We can make it up.
'Tis the season.
'Tis the freaking season, my friend.
Happy Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too, Chris.
Yes, this is special post-Christmas, I guess. We're gonna celebrate here on Better or Worse Than the Room.
Yay! Because today is the day after Christmas.
I am Chris.
And I am Nick.
And yes, it is recording the day after Christmas. And we're gonna celebrate by talking about an awesome serial killer movie that we watched called Killer.
Woo!
Woo!
Woo! Killer! Woo!
Woo! Nature Boy! Woo! He's still alive somehow. We'll never know how. Maybe he's immortal. We don't know. But this time we watched Killer.
Yes.
From this is one of the lunch meat tapes that I had purchased a little while ago, and this movie was ridiculous. It says on the front of the box, "Without a soul, you can't get to heaven, but you can't go to hell either." Ooh, what a tagline!
Whoa, that's pretty deep.
Yeah, this movie is from 1988. It is a super low budget movie,
like $9,000,
and
right?
$9.5 thousand. Usually stated as $9,500. I don't know why I said 9.5 thousand.
Because you wanted to.
Yeah, because I wanted to. And we watched this, and we're gonna talk about it, and we're gonna rate it, whether or not it's better or worse than Tommy Wiseau's The Room, one of the worst movies of all time.
Being based at right dead center at 5.
Room is 5. Room is 5 on the scale of 1 to 10. Because it's not an amazing movie. It's a pretty bad movie, but it's not. We've seen worse. There's so many worse movies.
So many worse movies, like Cocktail.
Video Game Nightmare.
Oof. That one was.
Ooh, The Hackers that we just watched last week. Yeah, actually, these last 2 episodes are pretty good as far as like comparison to each other, because last episode was The Hackers, which was also 1988.
Yeah, it was.
This is the same year,
or was it? Oh,
this is the same year.
Right. It was
1988 was Killer. They are both about serial killers, kind of. Yes,
in like the same fashion, actually.
Yeah,
just
in like out of the way towns, killing people willy nilly and not getting caught until the last second while they're murdering other people.
Yeah,
but on the plus side, Killer. Way better movie.
Oh, yeah, as a movie? Oh, yeah.
What a great movie.
Yeah.
Fantastic movie. It had a twist ending that actually made it good.
Oh, yeah.
Unlike Hackers, where it was like,
oh, my God.
I woke up, it was all a dream. Oh, end credits. Terrible. But this one, Killer did a good job.
And we won't discuss it now because we'll get there.
Yes. Also, same amount of time, 70 minutes.
Yes.
These are both Hackers and Killer were both 70-minute movies. This fully earned the 70 minutes. It didn't like dilly-dally.
Correct.
There was no,
Correct.
We're going to the park so I can
with a weird
swing.
scene. This movie was right to the point in almost every occasion.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a time where it was like, why are we doing this?
Yeah, there wasn't much like dead time in between scenes. It was, everything was forming together as a whole story.
Yeah, they weren't trying to fill space. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, aside from the one scene where we learn about the serial killer's backstory.
Oh, yeah.
Which was completely pointless.
Which we consider the breast cancer scene.
That was the breast cancer moment. Like
we have to find
in Tommy
Wiseau's
The Room, Lisa's mom walks in and states she has breast cancer, and then they never talk about it again. That was the bad guy's backstory in this entire thing.
Yes.
Because apparently to become a serial killer, you have to watch your mom have sex with cops, and then you just decide to shoot them and light the house on fire, and that's why he's a serial killer.
And then laugh while it's happening.
He did laugh while it was happening. He did start it on fire, which is surprising that he doesn't start more things on fire, but he does it somewhat. I farted.
Oh my
Anyway,
goodness.
back of the box.
Oh God!
Enter the mind of a serial killer as he goes from state to state, leaving in his path a trail of blood. 3 reluctant college students witness some of the killer's handiwork and become involved in a night of terror. The explosive climax of Killer is sure to keep you on the edge of your seat. Oh, did you pay for the whole seat because you're only going to need the edge? No, it doesn't actually say that. It'd be great if it did, though.
Did you pay for the whole seat? Well, you...
This actually has a little blurb on the back of the box, too. A little bit of background story. Shot on Super 8mm in 1988.
Okay.
Killer went on to become one of the most successful independent films of its time. Shot on a budget of $9,500.
Wow.
Very cheap. Features spectacular makeup effects, and from the minds of people who brought you the effects from Cat's Eye, Dracula's Wisdom, which is another one of the main killer's movies.
Okay.
Like the guy who was the main killer, he was
this
also
the one
acted
that had
in
the
Dracula's Widow.
Evil Dead
Yes,
person?
and Evil Dead 2.
Okay, I was gonna say.
So the effects guys that worked on this also did some
That's
work
why
for
the
Evil
gore
Dead 2.
in this one was significant. Like, okay, some of the kills in Hackers, they were good. Like some of the kills, that one bar kill was pretty cool.
The bar kill was the best kill, where he slits his throat and puts it on the
However,
pitcher.
the kills in this movie, Killer, are so much better.
Oh yeah,
Because there's so, like, you go, when you see it, you go, oh!
like, oh my god, this is actually really good.
Like, wow.
It's gruesome.
That went right through her shin.
Yeah. That guy has no limbs.
Not no more.
Not no more.
He
Well, this
ain't
movie
got no
actually,
limbs no
like,
more.
this kind of deserves it. It has a much higher rating than The Room. This is a
Would you-
6.8
Oh,
on
it's-
IMDb.
I would say that's well
to
deserved.
The Room's 3.6 or 3.7, wherever it's at. Damn good.
Yeah.
I think, like, before we even talk about the movie, better. Like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
already better.
Yeah.
Definitely better.
Definitely
we'll get
mo-
into how better
Yes.
in a short
But it is
while.
a better movie than The Room.
Much better. I will say also
remember.
that IMDb's synopsis of this movie is way wrong.
Okay.
For some dumb reason, somebody wrote that the synopsis was a man was made insane by medical experiments, and that's why he's a serial killer. No.
Did they combine
Not at
X-Men
all.
and-
I looked around. It is this killer. Apparently, it came out in 1990, even though it says 1988 on the back of the box.
Weird.
But
That's
it
not
says
the
something
first
about
time that's happened to
medical
us.
experiments, which doesn't make any sense.
There's
It's
no
definitely
point,
he had
there's not
mommy issues.
There's not one point they ever refer to a... Not even he says anything about experimentation.
Nothing. It's just the mommy issues. He got a shoe thrown at him. It hit him in the face. That's why he has a scar. Because apparently we had to. They had
that's
to
right.
tell us how a scar on his face got there. But
his
anyway,
mom's boyfriend's high heel hit him in the face and he couldn't handle it.
his sick, nasty police high heel. But let's get into the movie itself.
See,
Opens.
for all Spanish listeners.
It definitely opened. Like it felt like it could go wrong. Because the opening of the movie was a bunch of like those moose cabin people, but it was like
Moose
a rhino.
Lodge. Think Moose Lodge.
Yeah,
but like
Moose Lodge, but it was for rhinos.
So the horn was right in the front, like a unicorn.
Yeah, but not pointy. It was like rounded. It looked like a weird dildo.
It did,
Just like
definitely.
sticking off of a hat.
With
And,
a bend and everything.
Yeah, it was a guy who was leaving his like rhino lodge.
Yeah, with a or was that a rhino lodge? Yeah, it definitely had to be. That's
whatever
why
it
he had
was, a
on.
rhino lodge. He had a rhino hat
No, I
on.
mean like I got a casino like down vibe because he had a girl with him.
Casino Downst.
I was gonna say downtown vibe, but I stopped
He was leaving his
myself.
rhino lodge.
I know,
That's
I
clearly
realized that
what it
after-
was.
I
I
know,
think
that's why I
maybe. Now I don't know. But either way,
Exactly.
he was leaving with a hooker,
seed of
and
doubt.
it felt really bad. It felt corny.
Felt forced.
It felt really. bleh.
Yeah.
And it's all going through the same tropes of like, hey baby,
Yeah.
let's do
100%.
naughty things.
And she's like,
Okay, but then the cops.
and then what does she
The
do?
cops lowered the fucking poo woo. They blast on their lights behind him. He goes, "Oh shit!" Because of course. So it's
and
immediately,
they haven't even gotten to do anything yet.
yeah, great karma. And then the hooker says, Oh yeah, well if you have to pay me right now. You have to pay me right now because we're gonna get busted.
And
or I'm gonna tell the cops that I'm 16. Ew! Ew! So he shoves over the cash. Cop comes up. The cop comes up.
Shiver down
Shut
my
the fuck
spine.
up! Ew! 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 That's why I'm moving along. That's why I'm moving on. The cop comes up to the door. Rolls down. Rhino Man rolls down the window.
Mahapal up in China.
Mahapal up in China. Blasted in the face. The cop blasts him right in the face. Shoots him right in the mouth. Right in the face, dude. I can't even believe it.
That's insane.
Because it's not a cop.
No,
it's a murderer. He's just some guy.
With a light on his car.
Yeah. Going full out crazy naughty man. And then the hooker jumps out of the car and she's like, oh my God, and starts rushing. So cop killer murder person starts chasing after her. She falls over. Cop killer person walks up with a big old knife, cuts his finger, rubs blood all over her face, a la Django Unchained, and then like slow stabs her in the fucking throat.
That's insane.
Opening of the movie. That went from boring ew to yes.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
dude, that was an insane kill.
It's like
it was
Pool
great.
Party Massacre, where it's like, where is this going? What is happening? And then all of a sudden, you're just like, yes,
kill, yes,
yeah.
Woo! Don't even gotta wait long.
Not even. It was 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah.
We see a boobie, and then they get pulled over, and then they get blasted in the face and get stabbed.
Hell yeah.
He does burn the corpse, so I guess he is a pyromaniac. He burns the lady. It's pretty awesome.
It was.
That's
pretty
one hell
awesome,
of a
dude.
way to open your movie.
Dude, 1 minute later, a guy gets shot too. Another guy gets shot.
A different guy got shot?
I have two different. Oh no.
I think that's a little bit later on.
Sorry, at 4 minutes and 30 seconds, we have a tit.
Yes, one booba, as I wrote.
Yeah,
one booba, and then
And
immediately pulled over by cop.
Yes,
and then they go
that's
crazy.
5:30. Sorry, that's a minute later.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So we do find out that this killer is quite sadistic. He's fucking crazy. He's so crazy, in fact, that the immediate scene after, while we're being introduced to all these young kids, the college kids, one guy who kind of looks like the cover of Eraserhead.
That's right.
Because he has super poofy hair.
Yeah.
He's got a girlfriend and they're making out. Everybody else is playing baseball. He's got a couple other friends. We learn that he's late for work and he has to go to work. Otherwise, his uncle will chop his balls off and staple him to his forehead.
Oh, so he's
so everyone laughs at him and makes fun of him.
Testicle head or whatever they call him.
They call him scrotum head.
Scrotum head.
His friends call him scrotum head.
Scrotum head.
Because they think his uncle is going to snip his balls off. So while we're learning about them, it kind of cuts back to the killer, and we learn that the killer has been like driving around murdering people like crazy.
He just left and right.
Left and right, all over the place. And then he goes to buy the local paper about his own crimes.
Right when they're put in. The guy fills up the machine, and then that guy walks away, and this guy walks up and buys it.
Well, I doubt this guy lives anywhere. I feel like he lives in his car. We see him repeatedly,
Of course.
he's sleeping in his car, he's sleeping in a sitting position. So he's he's always ready to go. Cross country.
Dude, murder is a very transient job.
That's true. I did also have a note during the entire learning about these college kids and stuff. I wrote, "Is it so hard to know people's names? Because no one says anyone's name." I've been realizing this a lot as we're going through these weird old movies and weird like low budget movies. Not many people say the name of the character.
I think that's a more recent thing in general, like to say for me to say your name, like, "Hey, Chris."
Yeah, but
if
you're introducing characters, you have to at least have their name be said
by somebody. Yeah,
someone. Like I learned 40 minutes into the movie that our main character, Eraserhead, is called Ash.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I don't know the girlfriend's name. I don't know the other two friends' names. I don't know anybody's name.
Dude, I have no name.
I don't even know the killer's name.
Killer?
Yeah, killer. I know the uncle's name, Walt. So we got Walt and Ash. Those are the only two people.
And they're related.
Yes, they're uncle. Uncle Walt, who owns a gas station in town. That is not self-service.
Right. Oh,
you actually have to have an attendant pump gas.
Yeah.
Which is dumb. That's lame. That is so lame. I can't imagine ever doing that.
No.
And then Ash works for him. He's the bellboy. He's the guy who pumps the gas.
I don't want to
he
someone
works
for
inside.
pumping gas.
No, it seems like a complete waste. And there are some states, I was in New Jersey, and
I
you
think it's New Jersey.
have to allow someone else to pump your gas.
Yeah,
It's so
I
weird.
looked that up. Originally, they did that because originally the move to self-service, the pump attendants were very concerned
That they wouldn't have a job that
Well,
requires
that and
no
how do we know
skill.
these people even know what they're doing? Oh, you mean I can't stick this hose into a hole, press a button, and know how to fill this?
They auto shut off too.
Exactly.
Now, at least. I don't know how the
Not
old
in New
pumps
Jersey.
work.
They
No,
don't-
old
they don't-
pumps. I don't know how old pumps work, but new pumps. The fact that people still in, I think, 2 states. I don't know if Massachusetts doesn't do it, but somewhere around in
it's
another New
definitely-
England
yeah.
town,
Oh, yeah.
state. New Jersey for sure.
Okay.
I
gotta
don't know who else.
I need to know.
It is very weird. But either way, while you're looking it up, he works there. Then we cut back to Killer, and Killer is doing more killer things. There's a lady jogging on the side of the road. Killer drives past. Ooh. He does the glasses thing where he lifts them and goes, ooh.
Oh,
and then he
that's right.
pops a fucking full-out Yui. He just slams on the brake, hits the e-brake, spins, and starts pulling back. Meanwhile, jogging lady probably should have started sprinting at this point.
Oh,
because
yeah, when
she knew what was going to come up.
Yeah,
She
that's
knew.
Right. Oh, she knew.
She was ready.
She should have sprinted into the woods.
I would have run into the woods because you can't drive into the woods.
And
And
you
in the
know
woods,
what?
you can at least hide behind trees and stuff, and you can duck, and then you can grab his car and steal his car and run.
You can definitely throw someone off, and it's as
That's
hard
not good.
for them to run through the woods as it is for you.
Yes, that's why you
Okay.
can hide.
Yes.
It's easy. It's nice and
Okay,
easy.
just so you know.
What are the states?
New Jersey is the only state in the U.S. that doesn't allow customers to pump their own gas.
Oh my God! Really?
Anywhere.
I thought there was one other state, but okay, only New
There's
Jersey.
always an intended
Fuck New
undo.
Jersey.
Right? It says Oregon is the only other state besides New Jersey with a full service law. I don't know what that means.
Full service. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It might be other, maybe Oregon has another version of that. Either
Where
way,
they-
that's
maybe-
stupid. It's dumb.
Maybe they need an attendant outside for you to pump the gas.
Maybe someone there.
Yeah. We still don't trust you guys enough.
Trust us. We're professionals. We find holes very easily and we squeeze. That's it. Stupid. So this lady, this jogger is already, she knows exactly what this guy's
knows she's
doing,
dead.
and he's trying to play it cool, all Ted Bundy like.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I just wanted to see if you wanted a ride, lady. That's exactly how our killer talks, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he's actually creepy, this guy. He plays
Yeah.
a very good, like, very charismatic, smiley, just
Uncomfortable.
somewhat uncomfortable, yes.
Like you get that feeling that this guy, there's something off about this
There's
guy.
something a little weird about it, but he's very, like, outwardly presenting as very happy, and,
Yes.
like, nothing can go wrong, everything's cool.
Yeah.
I'm friendly.
Woo!
Officer friendly.
Officer friendly.
But she gets the right idea. She pulls out the mace, sprays him in the face because he's not giving up.
Oh, that's right.
Good
Yes, good shot.
shot. She starts running. Mace apparently didn't work out too well because
He's
our
probably
killer
been maced a
immediately gets
lot.
pissed and pulls a knife and then just starts chasing her down the road. Just as fast as he can. If you're maced, I don't think you're seeing that much unless
know,
maybe she
that-
sprayed it the wrong way.
No, it went right
Or
in
she
his
sprayed
face.
herself.
That would be awful.
Damn it!
It's
I
like,
held it
didn't
backwards.
account for the wind.
Just blows right back in her face. But this is on a highway,
Yeah,
which
that's
is
true.
one of the craziest things. This guy's not like going on
Anyone
like
could be going by.
anybody.
Yeah.
And that actually kind of happens. He's chasing this
Oh,
girl
yeah, that's
down.
right.
He stabs her in the stomach, and then he tries to make out with her as she's spitting blood.
That's
so
right.
gross.
Yeah.
I wrote it down.
You mean the barbecue sauce blood?
Yeah, Lady Mace's Scarface chases with knife, gets caught Frenching freshly stabbed jogger because as he's trying to
it's gross.
all over this lady's dying face, some other people just start driving up and catch him in the act.
It's creepy.
He's covered in blood because he's been stabbing this woman.
Yeah.
He's got blood all over his arms. His fucking shirt's totally drenched
Yeah.
and stuff.
Too much.
And he's chased off because these guys are like, oh my God, what the fuck are you doing? He gets into his car. He drives away. Immediate next scene,
Where are we?
totally clean because he's apparently he's
Has a
been
shower
seen
in the car.
He's been seen stabbing somebody, so he had to escape. He goes to find somebody who is selling a car, and when he gets out of the car, I don't know how much time has passed, but he's 100%. He's freshly clean, totally like he ran through a car wash and bleached all of his clothing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that because there was not a spot anywhere on him.
Nowhere,
not one.
His car was totally clean.
Dude, I've gotten a cut on my finger and couldn't get blood off of my body the next day. That was like, when did this get here?
Magic.
Was this here the whole time?
Yes.
And you're like, I thought I washed this. Like,
dude, yeah. And that amount of blood that we saw in the previous scene, this is like a couple minutes. I would assume a couple minutes go by because he was clearly on the run from people who had freshly seen him. Why the cops weren't called then, don't know. Ooh. This is very much like Hackers, where when the cops should have been called, no one called. Like when the fucking super tall mask tin face that pretty much breaks into the house to get water, and she freaks out. Maybe should have
to just alert
somebody. Maybe
like
in this movie, somebody sees a woman get stabbed and a guy going nuts trying to get all up in there, and then runs off covered in blood. Call the cops. Tell him direction. Tell him type of car.
No, I'm not a rat.
Stupid.
I'm not a rat.
Stupid.
What are you, a rat?
I'm a rat.
Snitches get stitches. Did you just touch your...
Bitches get stitches?
I said snitches, but did you just touch your toe to mine?
Yeah.
All right.
We were playing footsie. It's cool.
It's okay.
I did write here, bad at covering tracks.
So I have...
This guy is the worst at covering his tracks. He has no skill at all in trying to save himself.
Not the best murderer.
No,
I wrote that as well.
Not the best murderer.
After that, though, I wrote no blood after a bloody... Oh, that's what we were just talking about.
Oh,
so
yeah.
This
was no blood after that. But also, this killer drives up and he wants a new car.
Oh,
He finds this guy who's apparently like a friend of one of the college kids that hang out around. He's like a relative or something of one of those guys.
No, not... Yeah, you're right.
Cousin? I think he might be a cousin.
Yes, yeah.
A cousin of one of Ash's friends.
Yes.
And he's got a car for sale. It's a really nice car. And the killer's like asking him all these questions about it. And then he's like, hey, how about a test drive? Then, if it drives good, I'll pay you cash. So they go on a test drive. Ba-doom, 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 ba-doom. It's all safe. He's making niceties, Hey, killer comes out and says, hey, do you mind if we, go to my buddy's house? He's really good with cars and he lives right down the street. Can we go there? Oh, yeah, fine. Yeah. Pulls off into the side street. And then
making sure all the windows work.
Checking all the windows.
Can you roll down your window?
Yep. Pow!
Pops him right after that.
Killer blasts him square in the face with the window down. Smart.
Yes.
No blood.
Yes.
Until later on when we see a shitload of blood. Because
it went down the window.
Yes, it went down the window because obviously it would go down the window.
He just didn't want to bust the window out, I guess.
That is fair, but at the same time, couldn't you have rolled down the window anyway, even after it was busted?
No, I know, but
because then you're rolling down the frame, you can just push the glass out.
But I mean, what if you want to roll it up later? You can just clean the blood off the glass.
He clearly didn't.
No, because he
can clean blood off of himself.
Right, he's an
super
idiot.
Easy.
You and I would have cleaned the blood off.
Probably.
We would have done the work. He didn't want to do the work. You can't be a half-ass serial killer.
You can't do things half-assed unless you're this guy.
If you want to be good at anything, I don't care what it is, don't do a half-ass job. You want to murder, fine. Do it at full capacity. I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying be the best you can be.
This dude legitimately does go full capacity murder.
He does. He does. He goes
most of this movie, I think very successfully, almost all of this movie is scene to scene between the killer murdering somebody or the college kids talking for like a minute or two.
Yeah, I would say that.
Because after the whole test drive debacle, we immediately find the Ash's two friends. They're driving around in their big truck and they're a little bit wasted, and they get a flat tire. And they have a CB radio or something. They call Ash because they're trying to get some help.
Oh, yeah.
Because they got no tire. They need somebody to call for a tow truck or something. And they radio Ash. Ash is like, okay, I guess I'll fucking, I'll tell somebody or whatever.
Yes.
But then, because the guy who was selling the car was a cousin of one of the friends,
And
that car was driving by,
and they know that
notice,
car, and they think what?
And they flag him down
Because
and go, "Hey, fucking cousin Bertrand or whoever your face name is," and it turns out to be the killer.
No,
because
doesn't
he
keep
stole the
driving by?
car.
Doesn't he keep driving and that's why he throws a rock at him?
He shoots him. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought he shoots him.
You're
because
right.
They were like, what the fuck, bro?
They drive
And
right past, and one of the drunk friends it was a tire iron.
Oh, yeah.
One of the drunk shitheads,
even worse.
because the car that they recognized drove past him, whips a tire iron. You gotta be.
So hold on.
You gotta be hammered. You have to be hell hammered if you're fucking whipping. If you're hellhammered, you have to be hellhammered if you are whipping tire irons at other cars to be like, why didn't you stop? That's so dangerous.
Let this be a lesson to everybody out there that if you see someone you recognize on the side of the road, just stop because they might throw a tire iron at your car.
Yes.
Why? Because
you never
didn't
know
stop.
how bad they're gonna be. They may be your friend. They will throw a tire iron at you.
They may be hellhammered too.
They may be fucking hellhammered. So
I am hellhammered.
after they throw this tire iron, rightfully, this is the one time where the killer is almost in the right. Because if someone whipped a tire iron at your car, I would get out fairly heated.
With the tire iron.
I probably wouldn't kill them, but I'd be fairly heated. But the fact that this
they
killer...
think you're about to.
Yes, but the fact that this killer is threatened with a tire iron, he's got full reign. Now he's like, I'm defending myself, basically. He could probably defend it in court.
That's the greatest allowance he could ever have for himself.
Because he gets out and the first thing he does is he shoots the guy who throws the tire iron right in the leg and then starts stabbing him really brutally.
Oh, it's great.
I think this was the one where he presses the knife through his neck
really
slowly.
Yes, it is. Yeah, to prove a point, right?
Yeah, just to be a dick. Just to be a complete ass.
Because
I think he like shoots the other one or something. But he murders both of them.
Oh yeah,
full out.
Because they needed to go. They threw a tire iron at my car. Run him. I mean, he could have run him over too, but
he could have. But then he'd rent a car. Then he'd have to go for another. He'd have to find somebody else who's selling a nice car.
You're right. I forgot.
Then they'd have two dead bodies of people selling cars
and dented cars.
Even though the cops aren't doing anything.
No, yeah, you're right. He wouldn't have to. He shouldn't have to worry about the cops right now. Yeah, you're right.
He's stupid.
Yeah.
So eventually, we get a couple of... How about this? Instead of giving away the rest of the movie...
Yeah.
Because this movie is actually, like, super worth it.
Yeah, and we do want our listeners to watch these movies.
I almost don't want to talk about the rest of the movie.
I'm okay with that because it's good.
This is one of those low-budget movies that, like... That's like half the movie. Of what we've talked to, like right now, that's like still the lead up because, eventually they learn who the killer is and stuff like that. But there's so much more that I feel like because of how high quality this low budget movie is, people should watch it. So people should go out and watch, especially because of the ending.
Yes.
The total twist and the ending, because it is such an awesome ending.
So I would pause it to say real quick that when you see those any kind of thing where they put something together where it's like it shows clips of old movies and it's supposed to be bad movies that are good, this is probably everything you're picturing, literally, in that way, because it does a good job of doing that. I don't know. It's low. It's so low budget, but it's
low budget, but
well made.
It doesn't feel like it.
Right. That's what. Yeah.
It doesn't feel low budget. It feels like they used everything they had to. And they knew how to use it. Yeah, to its fullest extent. Yeah, it's not like, we just have this. Like all the murder scenes, they didn't skimp. There's a lot of blood.
Oh, it's great.
There's like, there's visceral shit
gore.
To it. Good gore.
Yeah.
Like the throwing of a tire iron, it wasn't a fake tire iron. I think they threw a real tire iron because you hear it bounce off of the tire or the concrete and stuff.
They did have to throw pretty far too.
Yeah. All the death scenes were really satisfying. And there are more after this. There are a lot more. Like this, it starts escalating
Ramping.
quite a bit after this point. Because this is maybe like 20, 25 minutes into the movie. It just goes. Because then, all the characters are going to start learning about, obviously Ash's two friends are now dead. So he's going to learn about them. There's going to be suspicion between like who is the killer and everything. And then it just goes. And then it becomes some absolutely, completely different movie. By the final 5 seconds, you wonder, okay, what the fuck is this?
Dude,
I was very satisfied with it.
The edge of your seat thing, that starts right about now, right? Where we're stopping this, that starts right about now.
Because it starts getting so fucking crazy. There is a whole,
keeps taking left turn after left turn after... It's a NASCAR race.
There's also an almost, full-out Jeffrey Dahmer thing.
That's right.
There's the whole Russian roulette shit that happens later on.
Dude, that was insane.
That was probably the coolest scene of the entire movie is the Russian roulette scene that's near the end.
Oh, it's so crazy.
Fucking crazy. So well done. And I do have on the tape there was a bunch of behind the scenes stuff, so I think I'm going to put that out as long as YouTube allows it. I'll put that out cuz it's just like a 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes at the end of the movie where they just talked about things that they made, including that $9,500 for budget. They said like half of that was nothing but car repair and getting cars. There are a lot of fairly nice cars in here, some of which get damaged.
Yeah.
And there's chases, some of them break down. There's some shit. They have to do some crazy stuff. All of the super fast U-turns, people slamming on the brakes,
the parking garage
thing. So there's all these things with cars, and they had to spend most of half of their budget on fixing cars. So they had cars for scenes.
That's funny.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, fully shot on Super 8 because apparently that's what they had.
Okay.
Nice. It wasn't a stylistic choice. They just had the camera.
I think it worked well for this movie.
Very.
Yeah.
6.8 on IMDb. Fully. I'm going to give this movie a fucking 7. Cuz this movie is solid.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah,
it is a solid great horror movie. Low budget,
I'm
but
gonna
good.
I'm gonna go right there with you and go 7.
It was such a fucking good movie.
Mm-hmm.
I was very pleased with it. Very happy with it.
Yeah.
This movie you could probably make a tradition of watching every Halloween.
Oh yeah, it's one. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Be great.
Easily.
Even though it's Christmas time, I didn't have a Christmas movie. I didn't really care enough.
This could be our Christmas movie.
This is my Christmas movie,
We
which is funny.
Me
and my family we watch movies every year. We have started to do Christmas themed or just horror movies in general.
Awesome.
So this year we watched Black Christmas, which is a 1974 movie about a sorority house and a murderer in the sorority house who's killing people slowly.
Oh,
fantastic movie.
I was gonna say that actually sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah, it has the whole the calls are coming from inside the house. I think the first time.
Okay, so the original.
I think this is the original. The calls are coming from inside the house movie. Such a good movie. Dude, Black Christmas. Please watch it.
That thought is so.
I know that has nothing to do with this movie.
I don't care. That thought is so uncomfortable. Just sitting here, I was thinking about it. And I just looked at your door and thought to myself, if I got a phone call that literally came from inside this house, I would maybe curl up.
Well, unless it was like me.
If it was,
and you knew I was calling. Here, yeah, but if we just got a random call, it would be really
so
weird.
Awful.
Yeah. But anyway, that's a different movie. That's a movie for a different... We should watch that, actually, just for fun. Okay. Everybody should watch it. It's a fantastic movie.
Let's do that.
But this movie, 7 stars out of 10. Yeah. Beautiful movie. Fantastic movie. Mm-hmm. Please, if you can... I feel like this should be on some sort of streaming service.
I'll look it up right now.
Has to be because it's such a good fucking movie.
Killer.
But definitely, if you can, check it out. Enjoy it. Check out that fucking ending because it's absolutely ridiculous. I know this is a little bit of a shorty episode, but this one I kind of want to keep to you guys watch. I think maybe for like the super good movies, maybe we won't go through everything just because I want people to watch it. So it will definitely be worth your viewing. I guarantee that. But that's it. I think that is it for this one. It's a nice shorty Christmas episode, I guess. Merry Christmas to everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed mine.
I had fun.
I got a nice mug. I got a couple more movies that I'm showing you that I added to the list that are coming up in future episodes.
Awesome.
Weird stuff. I don't know. One has Christopher Lee in it, who was
I know that name.
I
know
think
that name.
Count Dooku and Sauron.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
Christopher Lee,
yeah,
right?
And yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He also had a metal
Sorry.
band for a while.
Oh, what?
He had a metal band for a while.
Did he
Christopher
really?
Lee. Yes, he did.
I didn't know this.
It's very operatic. Like, oh,
That's okay.
yeah, stuff like
But
that.
that's still
I
cool to
can't
think of
remember the
him
name of it, but
to
yeah.
see Count Dooku singing like that is awesome.
Yeah, we got plenty of movies
Also
coming up.
Johnny Depp's dad in
real life?
Chocolate in the Chocolate in the
Charlie
Factory.
and the Chocolate in the Charlie Factory. That's here. Let's see
where
the next
chocolate
episode.
bars go to see Charlie's be made. I accidentally said Chocolate in the Charlie Factory. So
Well, that's it for this one. A sneak peek for the next
yes.
episode. We're gonna watch a movie called Coven.
Coven. Ooh, that does sound good. I like
From
that about witches?
1992. Is it? We'll never know. Well, we will know.
I was
'cause
gonna say, I
watch
hope we
it.
know after we watch it.
But I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you for
Yes.
listening.
I enjoyed you.
Ew, God.
Not you, Chris.
Oh God! if you didn't like this, I'm sorry. Throw it away. But if you did like this, subscribe, check
it
it
a
out.
hug.
Stick around for more. We do video game stuff too on Struggle Through Gaming. There's a link in the
Struggle.
description. That's some stupid crap over there.
Oh, it's fun.
But that's it. Thank you. Goodbye. Love
we
you.
love
Good. See you next time after the new year.
After the new year. Bye. We'll see you then.